So, hello, welcome. Herzlich
Hello.
willkommen zum großen Opus Noir Interview. Welcome to the Opus Noir interview, an interview which is with you out there, or you asking us the questions. We try to do this in English and German, both parallel. It's English question, English answer, or in German, deutsche Frage, deutsche Antwort. And all of us, we will be choosing questions one by one because you sent us questions beforehand. Ihr habt uns alle schon Fragen vorher geschickt und auch in den Kommentarfeldern hinterlassen. Und wir werden so viel wie möglich über Opus Noir sprechen und eure Fragen beantworten. So we try to speak as much as possible about Opus Noir, our new record, the first part. And yeah, answer all your questions. In the background, as always, taking care of us, it's our light tech and Twitch bitch NASA. And if you feel like tipping money, which we are not asking for, but if you feel like doing it, we will always, as always, split it with NASA 50-50. So each of us is getting 50%. With 7 people, this is 350%. Also, im Hintergrund seht ihr wie immer, oder seht ihr nicht, im Hintergrund ist wie immer NASA, unsere Lichtfrau und auch Administratorin bei Twitch. Und wenn ihr das Gefühl habt, ihr wollt irgendwie Geld spenden, wo wir euch natürlich nicht drum bitten werden, aber wenn ihr das gerne möchtet, dann werden wir das wie immer brüderschwesterlich teilen mit NASA 50-50. Yeah. Okay, so I think maybe we just start. I don't know if the first question is English or German. Ich weiß nicht, ob die erste Frage Deutsch oder Englisch ist, because Pi
Mhm.
will choose the first question. That doesn't mean he has to answer it. Everybody can, but yeah, so let's hit it. English or German? What is it?
It is an English question. It says, what have you discovered or what has Opus Noir's journey meant to you personally? So we all can answer that, I guess.
Which number is that? Which
Eight.
question? 8.
Eight.
Do you want to start answering? Because I need a cold Coca-Cola. Fritz Cola.
Yeah, I can start
Yeah,
answering.
do it.
Um, what I discovered, not even after finishing Opus Noir, but also during the whole process of making it, was that we made decisions, not to name anything in particular, that we definitely wouldn't have done 5 years ago. And this is always a nice sign, obviously, for development and evolution. And I think bravery in some parts. If you just listen to Bizarre Bizarre, for example, a lot of bravery going on there, I think. And to me personally, that means a lot. That means that we're changing, in my opinion, in a good way. That's up for everyone to decide. Um, and I'm really, really proud of the album. It means a lot to me. That's my answer.
I think if I should answer it, I need to keep it really short because for me, each New Year record always represents something which I feel I really need to have done. And I'm so happy to let it out and share it with everybody. And this time it was like sharing a whole lot of all the darkness going on inside of me, inside of all of us. But it's really hard to nail it down to this one thing. It's just like I think every new record is like being in love, like being freshly in love, and it's everything is exciting. And yeah, I'm quite in the middle of it right now. So someone
I
has
like
something
the
to
tuning.
that.
This D tuning, it's great. It's a fantastic tuning. It's a kind of a new choice for us to most likely have almost the whole record in D, and it's the perfect tuning for me to play it on my instrument. It's just like the way the instrument reacts is just wonderful.
Maybe let's explain to people it's D-dash tuning. It's not DE, not D tuning, because that would mean like the instruments
Like
are
the D, the note.
yeah.
Exactly.
The instruments are not tuned at all.
But
You could say,
maybe that's the reason why this one girl on the last show at Bloodstock Open Air hold up this sign with tune.
Oh yeah. I was like, okay, what is that about? Tune.
Yeah.
but
But
to explain myself for people that know what a guitar is and ever played it, the usual guitar is tuned in the E. That's the regular tuning, like Emil E, and we're one step down, so to say, one whole step down, D.
Which
Because
is
we're so deep.
usually high for rock and metal these days, because everyone's tuning lower and
Yeah.
lower and lower.
Yeah.
And I mean, most of our songs usually were on C or A. Ruins was in E, but an octave lower, so that was the lowest we had so far. And now it was like,
yeah,
back to D, up to the high
Benji,
register.
since you're talking, do you want to choose the next question?
Yes, I can do that.
Sorry, I'd just like to say thank you in
sorry.
between, if that's all right, because we got the first tip from Edita
Oh, yeah.
Wojtalczyk.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, love.
Thanks.
Benji,
very
back
much.
to Benji.
Which number is it, Benji?
I will take question number 27, which is, does any other form of media influence your music, like movies or art? We already had the name Bizarre Bizarre of the song, and I'm going to take that one because actually that was inspired by the movie Dune. I came out of the cinema having watched Dune Part 2, and this feeling of, this IMAX cinema, everything was really loud and very impressive with the music of Hans Zimmer and the whole, this desert feeling of the planet Dune, obviously, really moving me in some weird way. And I tried to somehow capture that, and that actually turned out to be the first sort of idea, which then turned out with Chris together then in a separate session to be Bizarre Bizarre.
Yeah, which
So
is
yes,
funny
definitely.
because
Sometimes there are inspirations from movies. Yes.
which is funny because for you it started with a movie, and then I heard it. You showed me like for you guys out there, Benji first created himself alone a musical demo, and then showed it to me to check like, okay, might this be Lord of Lost material? And I was hooked instantly. But what I saw in my inner eye was actually scenes from Hellboy and some weird. I talked about it a lot. Some like Hieronymus Bosch paintings, because it was such a weird underworldly kind of fairground feel to it. So I didn't catch your Dune vibe though, but it got me other vibes. So actually, yeah, to answer this question very general, everything can be an inspiration. It can be makeup on Germany's Next Top Model. It can be an advertising for, I don't know, a drink. It can be a person on the street. It can be the weather. Everything sort of media, every sort of situation. So.
Whose turn is it?
Cool.
Yours.
Yeah, we're actually waiting. Like it's
no.
like, because
No,
not
Klaus.
everybody has to answer on every question, but you
Yeah,
can.
right.
But it's your
Well,
turn to choose the next one.
I can't answer that question because I'm
Okay.
not much of a songwriter, so there's no influence, nothing to be influenced from me. So
So Garrett is
Next
actually
one.
saying he's like highly uninspired.
yes, very much so.
Not uninspiring.
Oh no.
That's absolutely not uninspiring. No.
That's
I
not
feel
for me
pretty
to judge.
inspired to read the new question.
Yeah, which
And
number?
also want to say thank you again for a 15 euro tip from Nickname Official. Thank you so much, Mats,
Ooh.
for
Thank
that
you.
tip. Thank you. And yeah, I'd like to read the 28. I don't know, I didn't scroll, I just thought like that's a good one. In German. Welcher Musikvideodreh ist euch ganz besonders in Erinnerung geblieben? Gab es einen mit bestimmten Herausforderungen? Fragezeichen. Auf welchen Song freut ihr euch live besonders? Okay, das sind 3 Fragen.
Ja,
Ich
such
weiß
dir
nicht,
eine
was das
aus.
denn besonders in Erinnerung geblieben? Welcher Videodreh? Musikvideodreh.
Also von Opus Noir jetzt.
Ja, weil das ein Opus Noir Videodreh, Opus Noir Q&A ist, würde ich sagen, ja. 3 Fragen. 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 Da würde ich, also wenn ich jetzt einfach das schon mal beantworten sollen täte,
Ja.
abgesehen davon, dass sie alle irgendwie krass waren, weil wir wirklich coole Sachen gedreht haben.
Das haben wir. Sehr viel coole Sachen.
Ich wollte gerade sagen, ich sage jetzt mal Ghosts, weil ich das einmal so beeindruckend finde, dass man mit nicht allzu vielen Mitteln so abgefahrene Bilder erzeugen kann. Mit Vorhängen, alles zerrissen, dem roten Samt, was alles easy aussieht, aber was eine mega Leistung war, die zusammenzuklöppeln. Aber das fand ich sehr beeindruckend. Also wie man einfach mit cooler Kameratechnik, einfachen, guten Ideen, gutem Licht einfach so krass eine Vision erzeugen kann.
Man muss jetzt auch mal dazu sagen, wir hatten ein Filmstudio, was so groß ist wie ein Viertel Fußballfeld, hatten
Ja, okay.
wirklich 10 mal 10
Ja.
Meter Stoff und für,
Ja.
keine Ahnung, Licht, was so viel wert ist wie in der Miete schon wie ein Kleinwagen. Also
Okay.
man kann es nicht, ich möchte damit nur sagen, es klingt gerade so, als hätten wir das in der Küche gedreht. Also
Ja,
das
das
war
ist
schon ein ganz schöner Aufwand,
Setup.
aber ich weiß, was du meinst. Es war eigentlich was sehr Schlichtes, was war
Was
sehr
man im
magisch.
Bild selber sieht eigentlich,
Oder,
Ja.
oder um
Ja,
das nochmal zu sagen, wenn man vor Ort ist, wirkt das alles, was man so sieht, natürlich nicht so bezaubernd oder verzaubernd aus, weil man natürlich das große Ganze sieht und einfach nur jemand in der Mitte stehen, wie man einfach ein Tuch über ihn geworfen hat, was riesengroß ist in Rot.
was sehr
Da sieht
lustig
man einfach
aussieht.
nur,
Ja.
sieht man quasi eine Morgenlatte, die da im Samttuch liegt, sozusagen, falls man das sagen darf. Und das dann so bei YouTube oder so zu sehen, ist halt krass. Also
Das erzeugt jetzt,
das stimmt.
wenn ich das Video nochmal gucke, bei mir ganz neue Assoziationen. Lord of
Ja, aber
Lost,
ich
Lord of
weiß,
Lost
was du
Bound, du
meinst.
sägst ein Zelt.
Ich weiß, was
Ja,
du meinst.
genau.
Lars. Man steht, vor allem unter diesem Tuch fühlt man sich so gar nicht cool und so gar nicht nach,
Ja.
boah, das wird jetzt ein
Nee.
krasses Musikvideo, weil man die ganze Zeit eigentlich versucht, gegen dieses rote Tuch anzukämpfen und sich nicht darin zu verheddern, dabei aber auch irgendwie zu performen und zu hoffen, dass es cool aussieht.
Ja.
Da fühlte man sich so gar nicht cool, aber glücklicherweise, ja.
Ich muss
Gerade auch
sagen,
so
es gab im Gegensatz Momente, wo ich mich so richtig cool fühlte. Und das war mit euch gemeinsam durch die Wüste zu laufen.
Ja,
Das war schon so ein Moment, wo man das Gefühl hatte, das hat sich in dem Moment genauso cool angefühlt, wie es dann im Endeffekt auch aussieht. Außer der Moment, wo ich auf die Idee kam, Jungs, lass uns mal rennen. Es hat es dann letztendlich nicht ins Musikvideo geschafft, aber es war gar nicht so einfach bei, weiß nicht, 45 Grad trockener Wüstenluft zu rennen.
Vor allem
Ähm,
mit diesem Salzkrustenboden, der die ganze Zeit auch so ekelhaft nachgegeben hat.
ja, das war merkwürdig. Und ansonsten negativ muss ich wirklich sagen, diese Puppeninsel, es ging mir richtig schlecht auf diese Insel. Die hat mir ein ganz fieses Gefühl gemacht. Aber genau das Richtige fürs Video, aber ich habe mich da richtig unwohl gefühlt. Ey.
war ein komisches Erlebnis. Das hat mich ein bisschen an den Film Midsommar erinnert, ohne dass es jetzt irgendwie was damit zu tun hätte mit dem schwedischen Midsommerfest. Aber dieses Horrorszenario mitten am Tag, also falls ihn irgendwer kennt im Chat, ähm, dann wisst ihr, wovon ich spreche. Das war ganz komisch. Du gehst auf eine Insel, die Sonne scheint, es ist total das tropische Feeling, aber es ist voll der Horrorort.
War echt der Horror, ey.
Ja,
Und dann
schon
noch
krass.
mit Make-up und Sonnencreme und diesem Mückenspray, was ganz furchtbar stinkt, weil ja da auch so Gelbfieber und wie das alles heißt und so. Das muss man sich ja alles irgendwie ein bisschen wegspritzen, ne? Ja.
Das Mückenspray, das Handyhüllen auflöst, wenn
Ja.
man es noch an
Ja.
den Fingern hat.
Ja.
Ey, völlig
Und
geil.
T-Shirt-Print. Also alles, was Nagellack und sowas, alles davon angelöst. Ihr habt mir die ganzen Antworten schon vorweggenommen, weil mir ist genau die Puppeninsel in Erinnerung geblieben. In positiver Erinnerung, weil ich es voll geil fand da. So schön morbide in irgendeiner Weise von dem Charme. Bestimmte Herausforderungen, ja, die Wüste, absolut. Also alles irgendwie bizarr. Und um der Erste zu sein, der den dritten Teil dieser Frage beantwortet, ich freue mich ganz besonders, ich habe mich ganz besonders gefreut auf bizarr, Überraschung, den live zu spielen, weil das ist einfach von der Absurdität her, ich glaube nach Ruins, einer der abgefahrensten Songs, den wir jemals irgendwie auf die Bühne gebracht haben. Okay, vielleicht noch abgesehen von Let Us Stay Home, aber das war auch noch
Ja, das ist normal.
Das ist nochmal eine ganz andere Liga, aber so nach Ruins ist Bizarre für mich in der Absurdität so der nächste in der Reihe. Und dementsprechend natürlich auch sehr, sehr reizvoll live zu spielen.
It's just a
Macht
very
Bock.
sorry, a very quick note. Someone explaining in the UK we just say tune when we like the song. So I just learned it yesterday on the bus. Actually, someone told me, but that was new for us. I was like, okay, the guitars are not tuned, so please tune.
I thought they were like, okay, well, very keen observation. Yes, it is indeed a tune that
Yeah.
we're performing here.
Absolute
Several
tune.
of them.
Yeah.
So Garrett, do you want to choose the next question?
Yes, and it's going to be a German one again. Hang on, I just have to scroll back wherever it was. Genau, Nummer 4. Plant ihr auf der Lords of Fire Tour im Oktober dieses Jahr übrigens auch bereits Songs von Opus Noir Volume 1 und 3? Nein, Volume 2 und 3
Volume 2 und 3
zu spielen. Ich wollte noch ein bisschen Englisch dazu bringen für
1,
unsere
2, 3,
internationalen
4.
Zuschauer. Das 𝐎𝐕𝐒 vergessen oder 𝐎𝐏𝐕𝐒.
Ja, 1, 2, 𝐎𝐕𝐒. Nee.
Ja, ich gebe die Beantwortung dieser Fragen gerne ab, weil ich es ehrlich gesagt gar nicht weiß gerade.
Ich überlege gerade, wir hatten ja schon mal eine
Ich habe die Setlist hier.
Ja, guck mal. Aber
Sagen wir mal
weiß-
so, ich
weiß es
habe
nicht
das Gefühl, diese Frage wurde ausgewählt genau aus dem Grund, dass wir sie mit Ja beantworten können. Würden wir sie mit Nein beantworten?
Nein, wir
wäre das
spielen
relativ schnell
tatsächlich
abgefrühstückt.
auf der Lords of Fire Tour noch nichts von Volume 2. Wir spielen aber auf der England Tour auf der UK Tour spielen wir schon was von Volume 2.
Eine gelungene Überleitung.
Genau. Und zwar tatsächlich spielen wir auf der Lords of Fire deshalb nichts von Volume 2, weil die beiden Songs, die bis dahin draußen sein werden von Volume 2, die beiden ersten Singles sind beides Duette und beides Duette, die sich nicht wie Light Can Only Shine in the Darkness alleine singen lassen. Und deshalb wollen wir da eigentlich nichts vorwegnehmen, aber auf der UK-Tour spielen wir zum ersten Mal was von Volume 2, genau. Ja, vielleicht ganz kurz zwischendurch eine Erklärfrage, die vielleicht ganz wichtig ist, die ich jetzt mal kurz gesondert behandeln will. One little thing in between, because this might be something which is important for you guys if when you're planning to buy volume 2 and 3 later. The question is regarding the wooden box and the earbook editions, so the collector's editions. As they are the whole trilogy, the people who bought them will have to pay extra for the 2 other albums, or they will be shipped to them automatically when they be released. No, you will have to pay extra. Otherwise, those editions would have been much more expensive, because it would be like 3 times shipping. But what you buy then is, if you want to collect volume 2 and 3, you just buy like the cheapest possible version. It's just 1 CD in an envelope, like you maybe are used to a CD-ROM in some kind of magazine or whatever. They come in this little envelope, and so you just take them out and put them in there. And of course, those will be sold for as cheap as humanly possible, but you will have to buy them later. Yeah. Okay, so
I want to
Nick,
say thank you for tips. Sorry, before Nick starts. There's a 10 euro tip from Julia Giovanna Gattel. Thank you so much. And from Manu 040566. Thank you for 20 euros tip.
das ist so eine Hamburger Nummer.
Appreciate it.
Wenn wir anrufen.
Ja, danke, ne?
Thank
Ja,
you.
566.
Thank you.
Nick, what is your question of choice?
Number 7. The band's promo and marketing has become so much social media driven in the past few years. Do you like doing this kind of marketing, or do you find it tiring? Both. I like it and I hate it in both ways, because I like the social media stuff in general, but I really hate that you kind of have this constant output, because sometimes I'm just too lazy and I just don't want to do this, but then there are always times where you just have to do this because it's not working the other way these days. It might work with bands who are already there for many, many years. If I look, for example, at my very favorite band, Nightwish, of course, they are doing some social media stuff, but not at all that much as we do it, and not as personal as we do it. And these guys are coming from another age, let's say it like this, you know what I mean. And yeah, we are one of these young bands, are we, who grew up with this social media thing, and unfortunately, it's super important for us.
I feel the same way. Sometimes it's a lot of fun, and some of the things we do really are a lot of fun. Like this right now. I like this. You guys ask us questions. We can talk about it. It's like I love this. It's something which wasn't possible 20 years ago. But then there are things like, okay, someone coming to you, hey, there's a new TikTok trend. Maybe you want to try this or that. This gonna help your algorithm. So if you do this, then people will actually see more of your important posts about your album. So you sometimes have to do weird stuff which does not have anything to do with your music, so that your algorithm works best for you. So people actually see when you post something which is important for you as an artist. And this is something that sucks. I don't even want to go into hate on the internet. We talked about this a lot. But just the social media work, some things I really enjoy and some just suck.
Yeah,
The
same.
problematic thing is always that you have to put out so much content for the algorithm to keep you kind of interesting, that it's really tough to find so much content that is actually engaging and interesting, and not just useless, boring stuff that keeps repeating just to keep the algorithm pleased, because you want to keep it balanced, that you guys also have something that is actually interesting to watch or to read.
And not let yourself be disturbed as a musician and artist by that. So you actually focus on what you're here for.
What I really liked for Opus Noir Volume 1 is the social media shoots we've done.
Yeah.
And that we just ourselves, in to a certain degree, in collaboration with Leonard and also our label, but mainly our
Makeup, yeah.
makeup. Yeah, but the for the social media ideas.
Yeah.
It was something that we were in charge of when we didn't have to pay any attention to any TikTok trend. It was just us figuring out what we want to say about the album, or what we want to do to present you what we've done. And I really like that. I think it comes across as authentic. I hope so, because it's meant that way. Sometimes when, for example, these TikTok things, you have no chance of making them authentic if it's a trend that you didn't develop.
I mean, some of these things are so weird that I actually found them funny again. So they don't even have to be authentic. Some of these things are like, I don't remember something in particular right now, but some of these things are so weird, and we have a weird humor. Sometimes we really love to do silly stuff. And if it matches our level of silliness, like if it's exactly in this kind of weird acceptance window of silliness, then it's quite enjoyable. But what you just said, I'm really looking forward to the same thing, because for Opus Noir Volume 2 and 3, because we're going to do the same thing again. So we meet for 1 or 2 days for each volume at a certain location. We prepare interview questions. We do track by tracks. We do some funny things, some shout outs, whatever. And then we just meet there for 1 full day, and maybe plus another day. And we will do this as in different locations, so we can actually focus on just that. And we film like hours and hours and hours of material, which we can feed on for a couple of weeks then later. That's fun.
Just a short shout out to our friend Eric13, who is in the chat. Yo, Eric, what's up?
Cool.
Erich.
And thank you for the 10 euro tip from Oberpfalz Flo 1889. Ebenso the tip 33 euros from Lost Bird 59 from Australia, if I remember that right. And 15 euros tip from Dorit OH. So thank you guys. So
Grüße auf den Berg.
Osterode am Harz?
Ja, Grüße auf den Berg.
Ach, OH, jetzt.
Oha.
I got it.
Oha. Ich glaube, ich bin dran jetzt, ne? Du hattest die Frage. Ich nehme mal eine deutsche Frage. Ich nehme die Frage Nummer 2. Hello Jungs, nachdem die Lords of Fire Tour eine Doppel-Headliner-Geschichte ist, wie lange spielt da jede Band? Ist das ein normales Konzert für jeden von euch? Gibt es am Ende dann noch ein paar gemeinsame Songs? Also, Entschuldigung, Doppelheadliner heißt, genau, dass wir nacheinander spielen, nicht gleichzeitig. Das wäre sehr anstrengend, obwohl es auch mal eine witzige Sache wäre. Das heißt, wir haben erstmal einen Special Guest, das ist Dark Side of the Moon. Die spielen dann, weiß ich nicht, kurz halt, also typisches Special Guest Support Show. Weil bei Dark Side of the Moon auch Feuerschwanzmitglieder sind, kommen danach logischerweise wir, damit die sich erstmal ausruhen können. Und dann spielen wir eine Headliner-Show, die ist irgendwie 90, 95, 100 Minuten oder so lang. Ich muss gerade mal schauen. Ich habe es dann nicht ganz genau im Kopf, inklusive Ansagen. Ja, irgendwas um die gute 90 Minuten, wie es halt immer so ist. Und dann gibt es eine Umbaupause und dann machen Feuerschwanz das Gleiche. Und am Ende des Feuerschwanz-Sets kommen wir nochmal auf die Bühne und spielen zusammen Lords of Fire, weil die Tour ja auch so heißt. Und ob dann noch ein, zwei gemeinsame Songs gemacht werden, das wissen wir noch nicht. Da müssen wir mal schauen. Es gibt ja noch einen Feuerschwanz-Song, wo ich mitsinge. Das schauen wir mal. Aber so ist der Plan. Das können jetzt die anderen gerne nochmal erzählen, wenn sie wollen, aber ich glaube.
Also eine Co-Headliner-Tour heißt, dass beide Bands.
Genau,
Aber ich kann
gleichzeitig
gerade nicht,
spielen.
ich muss gerade leider die Collabo Collection auf Instagram reposten. Es tut mir leid, ich muss Social Media Arbeit machen, während wir Social Media Arbeit machen.
Scheiße. Aber damit gebe ich dann ab an Pi, der sich die nächste Frage aussuchen kann.
Wohl. Also, ich habe gar nicht gewählt, weil ich so fasziniert von der Co-Headliner-Thematik war.
Und auch wie ich es beantwortet habe. Ich habe das ziemlich gut
Das war
gemacht.
sehr großartig.
Ah, danke.
Nein, nur bestimmt.
An
Was?
deinen Lippen. War nicht zugehört, aber ich hing an deinen Lippen. Say question 11. For Chris, how was the experience of directing part of 𝐎𝐕𝐒 music video?
It was surprising because I didn't know I was doing that. Because we have this amazing video production team in Mexico, and we planned everything with them beforehand. We had these two locations where we shot, this Island of the Dolls and the desert, where my mother actually recently asked me, like, did you plan to go there, or did you just drive around and then you found some nice places? And we're like, yeah. So it was a very cute question. So I had to, of course, explain to her that these things are being planned. And so we went there. The part in Germany was shot with VD Pictures, so all the studio scenes and the weird thing with the flames and all these performance scenes. And then we recognized we have a great team, but no one of the team is actually in charge of directing. So we had the producer taking care of like his team, telling them what to do, but there was no one actually leading us in the artistic direction or really deciding like which angles to use and to go where and do what and so on. So I kind of found myself being a director, which was nice. It was lovely. It was a bit surprising, but it was a lot of fun. And since the team was like, they totally knew what they were doing, it was very easy to just give them ideas and go like, okay, let's go to this and action. That was funny.
Just to interrupt for the tips, thank you for 10 euros from Eva Maria Ellis from Wien. And She Cried More tipped 10 euros. Thank you. LOTL One Paula, 15 euros. Thank you very much. And Losty Vanni, 94, 20 euros.
And something more, 6 euros.
Oh, yeah.
It's from Natalie Batgirl.
Yeah.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Greetings from Natalie of the Lost. Okay, you get more names going on.
So Benji, it's your
Thank you.
choice.
Oh yeah, hang on. I'll quickly have a skip through the questions.
Stop.
I'll take the first one actually because it's a nice one. I'd like to ask you, now with Opus Noir, do you feel truly satisfied with the work you've done?
Oh, that's easy to answer. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's pretty much what I was about to say, yes. There's a point in the production where you can try to change things, but you won't make anything any better. You'll at best make it different. If not, you'll make it worse by trying to make it better. And luckily, we have experience to know when this point is and to just leave it where it is before it gets worse or before we just go in circles. And no, it's I've listened to the songs every now and then. I try to keep my distance from the album before the release, just to have the surprise again when the album came out.
Oh, this
And
is bad. Like, it's a surprise. It's so bad.
No, it's a pleasure listening to it, even for ourselves. It's Chris always likes to say you have to be your own biggest fan in a way, and yes, I'm very happy with what we.
And everybody out there, you can be sure whatever we're releasing, we're always fully satisfied with it. Otherwise, we wouldn't release it. If there would be a point like we produce something and we feel like, meh, then we would have the uncomfortable talk with our label and tell them, sorry, we cannot we cannot hold the deadline. We need to find a way. We need to postpone to, I don't know, I think we never had to do that. There were some things in production later when the manufacturing of CDs or whatever, some things had to be postponed because in the factory itself, there were some delays. This was not our fault, but I think we never told anyone to, hey, we're not satisfied. We need to redo something or rethink something. Oh, actually there was. We once did a photo shoot in 2017 as a 5-piece band, and 1 week later we found ourselves without a drummer. So we had to change the cover of Swan Songs 2 by Photoshop and make it a 4-piece band. That wasn't easy. So these things can happen. But yeah, we are always truly satisfied with what we release. Otherwise, we wouldn't do it.
I imagine that, like, you don't only have to be your own biggest fan, but also your biggest critic, I believe.
Yeah.
So in order to be completely satisfied.
Yeah, that's a weird balance you always have to have, I think, and sometimes it's so much based on the mood you have for the day, how strong you're feeling, how with your confidence regarding the things you do. And sometimes it can be like that. There are some days where I'm like, okay, I really feel bad. And maybe I even dislike the things I'm doing. So these are the days where sometimes I might not work on a lot of lost stuff because I know I might not be satisfied with what I'm doing because there's no confidence for that. So then it's time to do something else or to kind of gain mental health strength again and go back to it later.
That's when you're writing the songs for the other bands, right?
This is actually when I'm writing sad songs. And sometimes these sad songs get me out of that hole again. And yeah. And weirdly enough, sometimes these songs are emotionally like very strong. So it's a weird dynamic to that.
All right,
Quick
just a
break
little interrupter for the 50 euro tips. Thank you very much, Spiteful Tea Leaf.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for doing all the translation work. It's incredible. Thank you
Oh
very
yeah,
much.
that's crazy.
Crazy. On the fly.
I think, Klaas, it's your question, right?
P is next. No? Oh no,
Yes.
P,
No,
Benji,
it's
me.
Which number?
Yes. 18. An opus is usually an artist's greatest work. Are you worried about peaking? I would say disconnected from the word opus. That's true. Seems to be the best or most important. I see it more like the actual partner, Lebensabschnittsgefährte, is always the best. But when the new partner comes, like the new album, it's even better because we have no grudge with the ex-partners. So
Best
always
case scenario,
the actual
yeah.
album is the best one.
But actually,
So
I must
we
say
have
that's
no
not true.
grudges.
Sorry, I must say the word opus does not mean an artist's greatest work. The word opus just means work.
Usually the term
really?
magnum opus is
Yeah, magnum opus or opus magnum. This is an artist's greatest work. This is not our greatest
know.
work. It's our blackest work. It's our opus noir. So opus is really just work. So if you check like from classical composers, some of their opuses, they have certain names. And alongside the names, you find numbers. It's just Opus 1, 2, 3, 100, and so on. It's just work. This is just our black work, which
Not
is
our blackest,
which
because
is
if it,
which
if
is
it
a
were
tattoo
our,
style. But yeah, yeah.
I think
Guess
if it
this
were our
also answers
blackest work, as you said, it would be, wouldn't be like Opus plus noir in
Yeah,
French,
yeah.
I think,
So
right?
it's our black work. Yeah,
It's our blackest work so far.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. But to answer the question, are you worried about peaking? No, we're not. I'm not.
I
No.
think the question is funny because in a way we have already peaked, which doesn't mean that we cannot peak again. But what happened between 22 and 23 with like 2 maiden tours and Eurovision in the middle, like just in terms of numbers of how many people saw us live and on TV and on the media, this has peaked. So there needs to come something like really big, so we even have the chance to re-peak this, if that's a word. So, but no, I'm actually not afraid of that. I think we just always have to give our best and be happy with what we do with every opus, no matter if it's black or any other color. So
Well, we always call our albums Opus something now, from now on.
yeah, Blood and Glitter would be Opus Rouge.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sounds raunchy.
Who's next, Garrett?
For the thank you of tips,
Oh, yeah,
just
some
the
tips.
tips. Thank you so much for €20 tip from Helen F80, 7.77 euros from Gloria Corvus. Thank you for being your sanctuary. 50 euros from Rockabetty. Thank you very much. 7.77 again from Inessa on the Rocks, and 10 euros from Kyra Lynn. Thank you so much, all
Thank you.
guys.
Guys.
Thank you very, very much. Did we have the 10 euros from Deathless Lily?
I don't. Even
I
if.
think so.
Oh, thank you.
Well,
No, we
Oh
do.
no, I just slipped. I slipped
Yeah.
because I had to go
Yeah.
down. 10
So
euros
hot
from
guy,
Deathless
hot
Lily.
guy
Thank you so
Gary,
much.
hot guy Gary. Before you ask the next question, do you want to explain why we call you hot guy Gary? Meanwhile,
Oh yeah, please do.
yeah.
Actually, I can't really explain because I wasn't there when it happened. It happened to Pi and Benji mostly.
Yeah.
So everything I would tell would be secondhand information, which isn't really accurate. So please help me
Check
out
your
here.
resources.
I think it's a weird combination of us being in China, everybody calling you Gary. We don't know why.
True.
And
And
then
the irony of you calling me hot despite not being really hot.
yeah, but there were people calling us, oh, hot guy, and then we kind of combined it, and since then you're hot guy Gary. So
Can't argue with that, can I?
what shall you do?
There was this one lady who came to 2 of the shows in China, and she was on the first show. And we, after we had packed up all our equipment and gear, and were just saying hello to the people who were still in the venue, and she came and pointed a camera at Pi and was like, "Oh my God, you're so hot." And she kept on doing that for the next 20 minutes, but not like in a weird, creepy way. You could
Oh,
have
it
normal
was very cute.
conversations with her. It was kind of cute as well. She was like,
So
"Oh my God, how are you
funny.
so hot?"
So
And that just
funny.
instantly became like our meme for the tour.
And she actually said hot guy. Oh, hot guy.
It was always hot
That
guy.
is, yes,
Yeah. So this is hot guy Gary.
both, yeah.
Maybe she kept asking it for 20 minutes straight because she actually didn't get an answer from you guys. Why are you so hot?
She wanted to actually know
Yeah.
why.
That was a genuine question.
Yeah, Pi, why didn't you fucking answer?
General question.
I was laughing all the time because I found it so funny. I didn't have time to answer.
Yeah, it was really cute. Okay, hot guy Gary, may you indulge us with your next question, please,
I
hot
shall.
guy Gary.
I shall. I'm picking up on what Chris said earlier about sad days when you can't be your own critic, and those are the moments when you write sad songs. Question number 9 in the from the question that you sent us, Chris. Both your solo stuff and many songs on Opus Noir talk about the end of a relationship. How does the other side feel about that?
I don't understand the question. Like the other side of that relationship?
does, yeah.
Ob sich jemand angesprochen fühlt.
Ah, okay.
The counterpart of that ended relationship.
You know, I think I don't know. I don't care. I did this. I did this to deal with my own troubles about these kind of feelings. So it wasn't to help anyone else but me. Sorry. So sometimes these things are very much self-therapy. And if I knew, it would certainly be something I would be happy to discuss with all of you guys, which I see on the screen here, but not with everybody else listening right now at the moment. I'm sorry.
What? You have
Fair
a
enough, I
private
guess.
life?
Yeah, a bit. Sometimes I have a tiny bit. But maybe someone else wants to answer the question for me. I don't know.
How do we know about your relationships?
Yeah. Oh, well, I think ChatGPT knows something about
Oh
your
yeah, that was
relationship.
amazing. If you want to know, I'm like all those. There were like when we tried this, so many German actresses. Like it was amazing.
ChatGPT do be knowing shit.
Yeah, it's amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
Whose question is it
Just
then?
saying thank you for 20 € tip from Phoenix from Rome. Thank you for all you brought to my life. You're very welcome, I believe, from all of us, all 6 of us. And another tip from Milena Diankova 14. Thank you very much. And the people ask what socks we wear today.
Oh, it's very easy. I'm not wearing socks. I was wearing socks, and today they are black. There's only one. Where's the other one? Oh, there's the other one. Oh,
Feed content. Benji, monetize it.
Oh,
I can actually show you. Like, here's my other sock, and the weird stains that you see there is actually bleach. Because while I was working on bleaching the hoodies for you guys out there in the garden, like there was some collateral damage on nearly all of my socks and many shirts and many pants, and yeah, so there you go.
So now everybody got their freebies in terms of feed content. I think we should resort to OnlyFans after this now.
Only feed.
Or we're having some cameo in the Tarantino movie. So
Maybe.
So whose question is it?
Yeah, I think it's me,
I
right?
believe
Oh, yeah.
it's Nick.
Well, actually, just very quick, if you check the order link, which we post everywhere for Opus now, you might actually find an OnlyFans link there. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh,
Definitely.
link tree, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, the link tree, like under every music video, for instance, on YouTube, you find the link tree, the buy link where you can order. Yeah, you find
Checking it right now.
You will also find a link there for illegal downloads.
If you don't want to support us. Okay, who's next?
Right.
Yeah,
Nick.
I go for question number 16. Any plans? Which songs will get a music video from volume 2 and 3? And will there be more videos for volume 1? To be honest, I know that we already shot some videos for volume 2 and maybe 3, but also to be honest, I totally lost the overview.
I can give a full overview if you
Yeah,
want.
please do, because we did
I need to check the
so much
production
work.
plan.
We did so much
Sorry.
work already.
So for volume 1, there won't be any more videos. Bizarre Bizarre is the last. For volume 2, there are 3 videos. 3 of them are already shot. One is for the song Would You Walk With Me Through Hell, a song with Infected Rain. It's their singer Lena and me being seen in a dark romantic music video. Then we have a performance video for One of Us Will Be Next. We already did that in February, I think. Then we just recently shot a video earlier this month in Finland.
Oh yeah.
With 𝐎𝐏𝐕𝐒 for the song Graveyard. Plus, there's gonna be an anime video, our first anime video actually, which is for the song Winter's Dying Heart, which is coming in winter or sometimes at the end of the year when it's cold. And then I don't want to go in detail here, but there's 3 more videos for Volume 3. 2 of them have been shot, 1 not, and another anime video.
We've been very busy.
Yeah.
Anime.
So actually, there's just 1 video which has to be shot yet, and we are planning to do this early next year. This will be the last video for the last song of the last volume. Yeah. So this is that. I think
Chris,
it's my
your turn.
Or maybe I just stay here right now. Question 15 is a German. Mein Sammlerherz möchte gern wissen, ob wir zu jeder Volume eine Liquid Vinyl bekommen können. Das wäre wundervoll. Ja, bekommt ihr. Zu jedem Volume gibt es auf 100 Stück limitiert Liquid Vinyls mit leicht verschiedenen Farben. Die erste Liquid Vinyl, ich habe sie hier hinter mir stehen, war ja so silbrig-schwarz und die zweite wird irgendwie so türkis-bläulich-schwarz und die dritte wissen wir noch nicht. Yeah, so the question was like if there will be liquid vinyls for Volume 2 and Volume 3 as well. Yes, there will be. Always limited to 100 pieces only. There will be liquid vinyls for every volume. Yes. Hi.
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 Rolling. Someone say stop.
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 Einmal durchzählen.
Stop.
Eins.
Eins.
Okay,
Good.
question 17. Is there a story or inspiration behind why you wrote Dreams Are Never Alone? I know you said it was one of those late night Chris is sad songs. I would like to know more about it. It resonates with me a lot, and it's one of my favorite songs of yours alongside Letters to Home.
First, thank you. I think it's always amazing when sometimes these songs, which we think are kind of a bit far out of the typical Lord of Lost context, can become favorite songs. Because this was a song on the edge, which might not have become a Lord of Lost song if Opus Noir would have been an 11 songs record and there wouldn't be a trilogy. For a trilogy, there was more space to go a little more far out there. And yes, of course, there's a story behind that. I don't want to go into detail here because it's very personal, but it's like this Dreams Are Never Alone thing. The theme is like, it's actually this, when you go into this dark side of your, call it soul, heart, mind, however, I think part of that is not only conscious stuff, it also can be dreams. And even if in these dark places, the most beautiful dreams can actually happen. And in these dreams, you are never alone. And but I thought, like, just for the title, in dreams you are never alone, it sounded so weird, so I actually kind of wanted to rename it. In dreams are never alone, like the dream itself would be a person, a character, like the dream itself would have a heart, like the dream itself would be like a living being with feelings and needs. And it was actually like a nice thing that no matter how far apart we are, in terms of timelines or in terms of feelings or in terms of whatever, that these dreams, in dreams we are never alone, and so the dreams are not. And I think it was just a picture giving hope to me while writing it, and might give hope to others. Might sound complex, but for me it makes perfect sense. Benji.
Yes, I'll have a very quick scroll through the questions. Let's take question 24. Is there a song from Opus Noir that won't make the cut to being played live, and why? So I guess first, we always say never is never, but there are songs which pretty likely won't make the cut to live. One of the reasons actually being often that some of the features are songs which you can't really translate live without the feature being there with you on stage, or you have a 20-meter high LED screen which you can use to project them as if they were there, or you have holograms in the future, which we have neither of the three. So there are some songs which we just won't be able to play live without it feeling weird. Like for those who were at the pre-listening sessions, Raveyard with 𝐎𝐕𝐒 will know that's one of these songs which it doesn't make sense to perform without him being with us on stage. So that would be one of these songs where it's very unlikely that we will be able to play it live.
Or sometimes it's not even the feature. Sometimes it's just like some songs already while producing them in the studio, they feel like that's a great song for the studio, but none of us pictures it playing it live ever. Of course, sometimes that might change, but I think sometimes there's a common feeling between all of us where we feel like this song needs to be played live, and this song really does not need to be played live. Which does not mean that we dislike the song, but sometimes it's just like it's a weird thing to explain. Maybe if you play an instrument or if you play in a band out there, you can relate a bit better. But sometimes really feel like stage songs and some don't, and sometimes very individual. Sometimes I'm like, I want to play the song live, and everybody else is like, really? And sometimes I'm like, this shouldn't be played live, and everybody else is like, oh yes, we should. So yeah.
To be honest, little fun fact, Bizarre Bizarre was actually one of these songs where at first we didn't think we would be playing it live because it was so weird and so different and
too much of everything.
Yeah, and then it turned out that we do.
When we just talked about the song Dreams Are Never Alone, I don't see this song in a regular rock concert context, because it's this song is 90% electronics. So it's more like a studio production song, but this could be a great swan song later, or this could be a great song where everybody in the band is taking a break and it's just me and an acoustic guitar, or Pi and me, or Garrett and me, when we sometimes do these like stripped down versions on stage. But if we would have to play this like originally, we would need like, I don't know, 15 keyboarders. And so this is one of these songs where you have to really think, do you want to play it live? And if so, how? Yeah. So these are the reasons sometimes. And it's not about disliking songs.
So the next question.
Who is it?
30.
Who's choosing?
Klaas, I think, right?
Klaas.
Yeah,
Okay.
Which number was it?
Number 30.
Oh yeah.
Why did you decide to create a song in French for the volume 3, and why not in German?
Because the book is in French that it's based on.
Yeah. It's based on Les Fleurs du Mal, or in German, Die Blumen des Bösen, or in English, The Flowers of Evil by Charles Baudelaire. And I was reading it in original language, and I found it very beautiful. So yeah, it's based on a French book, and yeah, that's it.
I have one. Hang on, I just lost it.
I just lost it. Hot Guy
I
Gary.
just lost it. It stands for everything, basically. No.
Hot Guy Gary with his new solo record. I just lost it.
It's like, boss, I can't come into work today. I broke down on the way. Oh my God, is your car all right? Which car?
Yeah.
Right. Number 23, and it's in German. Opus Noir.
Why isn't it in French?
Because I would really struggle to read that out loud, I'm afraid.
We are.
Opus Noir Volume 1 hat ja ziemlich viele schnell gesungene Texte, gerne auch mit wechselnder Geschwindigkeit oder regelrechten Zungenbrechern. Zum Beispiel The Things, The Things, The Things.
The things, the things, the things.
Geht eigentlich, oder? The Things,
Ja.
The Things, super.
Ja.
Bleibt das irgendwann einfach im Kopf hängen, oder wie lange musste Chris das üben, um das im Studio und vor allem live fehlerfrei hinzukriegen? Ich bin echt beeindruckt. Fun Fact, er kriegt es live nicht fehlerfrei.
Ja, das stimmt. Also ich habe das live tatsächlich, einige von den Sachen verkacke ich. Schwieriger ist aber tatsächlich teilweise gar nicht die schnelle Aussprache, sondern dass viele von den Sachen ziemlich atemlos sind, weil man dazwischen eigentlich nochmal eine Sekunde braucht, um zu atmen. Aber nee, es klappt tatsächlich live ganz gut mit Ausnahmen natürlich. Im Studium macht man es einfach so oft, bis es irgendwie geht. Das geht halt irgendwann rein. Das ist eigentlich wie das Erlernen eines schnellen Parts auf einem Instrument. Klar, ein Akkord auf einer Akustikgitarre streng zu machen, ist schneller gemacht als ein schneller Lauf. Und den muss man halt eine Weile üben und dann fängt langsam an und dann wird er immer schneller und immer besser. Und das ist hier genauso. Und natürlich hat jeder da seine Grenzen. Also ich könnte jetzt nicht Scatman John, I'm a Scatman singen. Das wäre dann eine Nummer zu schnell für mich. Oder irgendwelche Tech 9 Texte oder wirklich superschnelle Eminem Sachen. Aber irgendwann geht das. Man muss das üben. Wie lange kann ich dir jetzt nicht sagen. Aber irgendwann ist es dann drin und fühlt sich ganz normal an. Und
Verstehe. Sorry. Sorry.
ja, sag.
Ich verstehe total deinen Struggle, was das angeht. So, mal klappt's und mal klappt's nicht live. Jetzt, wo wir bei Bazaar Bizarre zum Beispiel, Benji und ich in den Strophen jeweils Backing Vocals live beisteuern und auch es ist einfach das Schlimme, es ist beides. Es ist zum Teil so ein bisschen zungenbrecherisch und es sind einfach unfassbar viele Worte in relativ kurzer Zeit. Also es ist brillant geschrieben, finde ich. Das darf ich als Außenstehender, was die lyrische Seite angeht, durchaus, denke ich mal, sagen. Und es ist einfach nur so viel, dass ich es mir die Male, die wir es jetzt schon live gespielt haben, ich konnte es mir bisher nie komplett merken. Es hat bei keinem Mal perfekt hingehauen. Ich habe immer ein Cheat-Sheet irgendwie mit ein paar Stichworten unterm Keyboard liegen gehabt und genauso auch bei The Things We Do for Love, als wir den jetzt auf mehrere gespielt haben, weil jeder Refrain, den ich doppel, da ist der Text einfach jedes Mal komplett anders. Ich versuche mir eine Mindmap zurechtzulegen, worum geht's in dem jeweiligen Refrain oder in der
Es hilft
Zeile.
immer, ein Bild zu haben, ja.
Genau, ich versuche pro Refrain ein Szenario zu haben, worum es vielleicht dort geht oder wo ich irgendwas miteinander verknüpfen kann. Es klappt nicht. Auch da habe ich einfach echt Textfragmente unterm Keyboard gebraucht, um ganz kurz so Stichworte zu haben und weiß, ah ja, so geht die Zeile.
Das ist
Jetzt
ja
auf dem Bloodstock Festival war das erste Mal, dass ich die Bazaar Bazaar Strophen bis auf eine Stelle fehlerfrei hingekriegt habe. Also immer noch nicht komplett, aber gerade bei Backing Vocals kann man sich da ganz gut durchschummeln, weil im Zweifelsfall, solange der Vokal halbwegs stimmt, dann kriegt man sich da durchgemogelt und dann fällt das.
Gut, das ist also dein Anspruch, Benji. Okay,
Anscheinend.
cool.
Nein, das ist die
Jetzt
Notlösung.
kommt's raus.
Manchmal ist dieses viele Worte-Ding, das ist manchmal beim Schreiben schon mal so eine Sache, wo man sich denkt, nee, warte, bei welchem Wort bin ich denn jetzt eigentlich oder bei welcher Silbe? Als bei I Will Die in It, als du Chris, das Eminem-Layout hattest. Also
The back to reality, hope the ghost gravity, the ghost gravity, nope, the dope, nope, ja.
Und dass sich so ein bisschen verändert hier und die Silben sich verschieben. Beim Schreiben des Textes dachte ich mir so, nee, warte, auf welcher Silbe bin ich jetzt? Ich muss noch mal reinhören. Nee, hä? Warte, passt das? Nee, das Wort passt jetzt doch nicht mehr. Scheiße. Das ist beim Schreiben manchmal schon so, wo ist denn das Wort jetzt? Das auch noch auszusprechen irgendwann.
Das Witzige ist, viele denken, das habe ich häufig auch mal persönlich in Fragen bekommen, jetzt auch gerade Backstage hört man das manchmal auch von Musikerkollegen, die so, ey, die Strophe, die ist ganz schön wordy, irgendwie, konntest du das nicht irgendwie ein bisschen kürzen? So, ich kenne das selber, dann schreibt man einen langen Text und man muss den irgendwie versuchen, alle diese Worte dann in die Strophe zu prügeln. Das ist nicht der Fall. Also bei uns ist es tatsächlich ja umgekehrt, dass wir immer eher versuchen, gerade ich, wenn ich dann Gesangsmelodien mache, die großteils von mir dann sind, dass ich die mit erstmal einem Kartoffelenglisch irgendwie so rein phonetisch mache. Also wirklich rabadidididabadibo. Ja, und auch teilweise eine Phonetik vorgebe, die sich gut singen lässt. Weil ich einfach tatsächlich teilweise, wenn es so stressig und viele Worte auf einmal sind und super schnell und sich dann löst in einem langsamen sphärischen Part, ich das unglaublich gerne mag. Und eher die Problematik ist zu sagen, okay, scheiße, da sind jetzt so viele Silben, die müssen sinnvoll gefüllt werden mit Worten, die darauf passen. Also wir haben nie das Problem, dass wir sagen, ey, wir haben so einen komplizierten Text geschrieben, wie schaffen wir das denn jetzt irgendwie da reinzubekommen? Das funktioniert selten und ist sehr unmusikalisch und ich finde, solche Songs kann man schwer mitsingen und die klingen dann scheiße. Ich bin ein großer Freund davon, eher zu sagen, lass erstmal mit irgendwelchen Wörtern was machen, was sich richtig geil singen lässt, in reiner Fantasiesprache und dann dem Ganzen hinterher einen Sinn zu geben. Machen wir natürlich nicht immer so. Teilweise entsteht Text und Melodie wirklich auch gleichzeitig, aber häufig ist es so. Es gibt erstmal Fantasiesprache. Oder man bleibt gleich in der Fantasiesprache. Thilo von Lacrimosa hat ja zum Beispiel ein Nebenprojekt, wie heißt das, irgendwas mit Snake, irgendwas. Snakeskin, glaube ich. Und da singt er, soweit ich weiß, tatsächlich, er bleibt einfach in der Fantasiesprache. Also,
Geil.
warum auch nicht? So.
Das ist cool.
Wer war dran?
Ich war gerade
Ich hab,
dran,
glaub ich-
dementsprechend. Und ich
Ach
muss
nee,
gerade leider
fang du.
schon wieder Social Media Arbeit machen, weil das Blasar-Bizarre-Video gerade auf einer anderen Plattform rauskommt.
Ah,
So
Social
sieht der
Media Minister,
Musikeralltag aus.
Hot Guy Gary, ja.
Ja.
Geil.
Nebenjob.
Bin ich schon wieder dran?
Ich glaube dann, ja.
Ja.
Das ist ja crazy. Warte, ich suche mir mal schnell was aus.
Such dir mal eine aus, wo ich nicht gebraucht werde, weil ich würde meine Cola kurz gern zurückbringen.
Oh Gott. Ja, warte.
Oder sucht jetzt eine,
Ja, viel
eine
Erfolg.
extra aus, wo wir Chris brauchen, dann schweigen wir ganz lange unangenehm.
Genau,
Genau.
und ab jetzt. Aber auch nicht bewegen.
Nicht
Ja,
bewegen.
klappt ja super.
Okay,
Ja,
Nico.
ne?
Cool.
Was nehme ich denn? Do
Du
you
hättest ja
have...
jetzt
Ich
diese
nehme
Stille nutzen
Frage
können.
25. Do you have plans for a tour once the trilogy is fully released? Is there a chance Romania will be included as a part of the tour? For sure, there will be some shows for Opus North, some more shows, but when they are coming is, I think, da ist er wieder. He's back. Not too fixed yet, and Romania will be included. I don't know. Question number 25.
If you should know, you will know.
Sorry,
think so.
what was it about the tour next year?
About the if there will
Which
be
which
shows
number?
when the trilogy 25,
25.
the trilogy is fully released,
Yeah,
and if there is a chance if Romania will be included.
there will be shows like before and after, like around the release of Volume 3, which is April 10th. And I think we start a European tour sometimes in March, April, May. And as far as I know, we will play one show in Romania. I think it's on the list. I don't want to confirm it 100%, but I am very sure there will be, yes. Is it my turn now then?
I think so.
Oh yeah. Yeah, let's just take the question number 26. Will the trilogy include more collaborations with other artists? Yes, it does. Actually, you can find out for all of them already if you check for Opus Noir and if you check for the collector's editions, so the earbook or the box where you can buy which volume 1 and have empty trays for volume 2 and 3. Of course, you already have all the lyrics and for volume 2 and 3 already, and you know about all the guests, but I will happily read them for you very quickly. I have the production plan here. So for volume 1, it's all clear. Volume 2, we have Infected Rain on a song. We have 𝐎𝐏𝐕𝐒. That's the Finnish guy from Eurovision with the Cha-Cha-Cha song. We have IMX, which is amazing. We have Anna Brunner.
That is my line.
Yes, you're like, okay,
amazing.
okay, Gary, wait. We have Anna Brunner of League of Distortion.
Which is amazing.
On volume 3, we have Alea of Saltatio Mortis.
Which is amazing, excuse me.
We also have Wednesday 13 of Wednesday 13, or you might know him from Murder Dolls.
Which is, you guessed it, amazing.
We have Hannes Braun of Kiss and Dynamite.
Which is amazeballs.
We have 𝐎𝐏𝐕𝐒 from Xandria.
Which is magnifique.
And we have Damien Edwards from the Cats in Space.
Which is meow.
Which is meow. So, yeah.
And amazing.
So, And next one to choose a question is
Jo,
Ah,
Nummer
ey.
6.
Yeah.
Könnt ihr schon sagen, ob und
Ja?
wie die Meet and Greets im Rahmen der Lords of Fire Tour geplant sind?
okay, Pi.
Okay, Pi.
Wir ziehen Glas vor.
Ja.
Ja.
Ach stimmt, sorry. Ich bin ja
Das macht
bin ja
ja
Bassist.
das macht ja gar nichts.
Kam zu früh.
Da kann ich gerne was zu sagen. Ja, es wird Lords of Fire Tour Meet and Greets geben. Diese Meet and Greets werden ein bisschen anders sein müssen, als ihr sie von uns gewohnt seid. Ihr wisst, dass wir auf eigenen Shows zum Beispiel nicht sowas machen wie, dass man nach dem Meet and Greet drin bleiben darf. Die Lords of Fire Tour ist aber wie eine Festivalsituation, der wir uns anpassen müssen, weil einfach bei einer Festivalsituation andere Regeln gelten. Dort kommen mehrere Bands zusammen. Und diese Festivalregeln, nenne ich jetzt einfach mal, sind eben, dass die Meet and Greets beinhalten, dass man drin bleiben darf. Denn die Feuerschwanz-Fans, die sich Meet and Greet gekauft haben mit Feuerschwanz, die dürfen drin bleiben. Und es wäre ja quasi noch unfairer, wenn wir sagen, ja, aber ihr Lord of Lost-Fans, die euch ein Meet and Greet kauft, ihr müsst immer bitte wieder raus. Das heißt, in diesem Fall ist es tatsächlich so, wir passen uns dort an, sowohl preislich als auch was die Regeln angeht. Werden wir es exakt so machen wie Feuerschwanz und exakt auch mit den gleichen Gimmicks, die dabei sind und so weiter und so fort. Und das Ganze startet wann? Irgendwann. Da ist Nick in charge, der ist unser Meet and Greet Minister.
Ich hoffe, dass wir
Bald.
damit nächste Woche rausgehen können.
Okay.
Spätestens.
Genau. Und ansonsten ist alles so, wie ihr es kennt. Für andere Touren laufen die Meet and Greets weiterhin, bis auf weiteres zumindest, so wie wir das eben so machen. Eben auch, dass man nicht drin bleiben darf, außer in den USA, da ist es gang und gäbe. Da haben wir uns dementsprechend dort den Markt angepasst und so weiter und so fort. Aber genau, es wird da bald losgehen. Und ich glaube, wie viele Leute haben wir dann pro Show? 50 oder so bei Lords of
Mhm.
Fire?
Ja.
50. Okay. So, Klaas, jetzt kommst du mit deiner Frage.
Ew. Okay. Question 12. How do you decide on the aesthetic of an album, and how does that process follow into your stage wear?
We check the TikTok trends.
Exactly. It's
And then
only
we
that.
ignore them.
And we actually think, oh, what do we want to do? And it's less of a decision sometimes because for Opus Noir, for example, the aesthetic, there was no other option really. We didn't really have to decide. It was the idea of going this route of what Opus Noir is now. So we didn't really have to decide on it. It was just what felt right in the moment. In terms of stage wear, then obviously we try to fit it to the aesthetic of the album, whatever that means in our fashionista eye, or no fashionista eye. Obviously we can't go with like blood and glitter aesthetic on stage with Opus Noir. That wouldn't fit. It has to be elegant, black, very, if that's a word, roby, so to speak.
Yeah.
Clothes.
I mean, like for the stage, we're always a little more open. So we set the direction for record and the main photo sessions and music videos to have like this groundwork. And sometimes we take it really to the top or over the top, because on photo sessions and music videos you can go way more extreme than for the stage. And then for the stage, we try to make it more compatible for the movements, and we mix it a little more. So on stage is like always a little like a light, at least for me, a little like a light version of what we did for the photo shoots and so on in most concerts, because sometimes it's just not possible, especially for a long tour, to have so many extravagant outfits. Sometimes you just have to go with, you know, a tank top and some stuff, and which fits the color also.
I think for me, for the stage, it's rather what doesn't fit, what I won't wear, and then everything else goes, even if it's just a tank top, you know.
Yeah, and about the decision, it's really, you know, we need to feel comfortable with that, because for Opus Noir, we could have gone in so many directions. You can do so many things in black. You can go like full BDSM. You can go looking like monks and the full behemoth hooded thing, or you can look like dark angels or whatever. You can do like tons of things, but we need to feel comfortable. We don't want to feel silly, or at least we just want to feel as silly as we want to feel. And everybody else in the band is a bit different, so we have different tastes. So Garrett mostly is like he's always a little, he likes to be a bit of the weirdo sometimes, even in a more what's the right word for it? Ernst. Mein Englisch ist gerade echt schlecht. Serious. There you go. Even in a more serious look and so on. So we really just check what does feel right, what feels right, and usually Pi is then very invested in trying to find the right designers and the right clothes, and it's mainly Pi and I working together. For Opus Noir, it was like mostly you, Pi. I was just then rechecking. I was like the second pair of eyes after his choices for everybody, but it was mostly you checking with the stuff and actually giving us the clothes to wear.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, we know each other long enough that I know what the others don't like. Then again, it's always if every one of us would choose their own stuff, we would all look the same every time. Also me, I didn't choose my stuff myself. Actually, Matteo and Chiara from VD Pictures also chose stuff for
Because
us.
otherwise there are no surprises. You always choose
no
the same shit
surprises.
then, just in different colors, yeah.
So we don't always look the same and choose the same stuff all the time. So there's like an element of surprise and an element of novelty there. Yeah.
And actually there was this one very inspiring picture from, I think it was late 90s Smashing Pumpkins with Matteo of VD Pictures showed me. It's Billy Corgan and maybe 2 or 3 others of the Smashing Pumpkins wearing black stuff, and then these very wide skirts, which looked nearly like Renaissance, Baroque, Rococo kind of style. And that was so weird and beautiful in a way. So this was actually inspiring. We don't look the same like like exactly this picture, but it was inspiring to look a little into this direction. So the whole Roby kind of skirt stuff maybe hailed from that picture. I think so, yeah. Whose question is it?
It is I.
Yes.
I will go with question 13. I love how some of your songs have a false ending, which creates a sense of tension and leads to the music returning with more intensity. Do you get annoyed when audiences start applauding in the middle of a song, thinking it's finished? It's interesting to call it a false ending, but I personally don't get annoyed by it because it just kind of proves that the surprise worked. It's not really that we purposely make these parts to surprise people. It's just what intuitively feels right and what feels in the context of the song, what the song needs, and or what we need to make it more interesting. So no, I don't get annoyed by it. Maybe if it were like a classical context, that can be a bit weirder, but especially like with the loud shows, we've got in-ear monitoring, so we don't hear too much of our surroundings anyway, which is good because otherwise I'd be deaf on this ear because I have a drum set next to me. So I wouldn't really notice anyway, I think, but no, it just proves that the surprise worked.
I actually just had to look up what this false ending, which in Germany would say Trugschluss. What does it mean in English? It's actually half cadence.
I don't think that's what the
No.
means. I think it's this typical break we do after the
Yeah.
8.
Yeah,
to the next chorus.
I know, but it reminded me of the typical Trugschluss, so I had to look it up because I was aware, like I never used that word in English, so but just a nerdy fun fact here. So
I would be quite amazed if our fans, or like the majority of our fans, like the bigger part of the audience, would actually notice this cadence kind of thing, like, you know, in terms of music theory, and they would actually be like, oh, that was interesting. They resolved not to the tonic, but to the whatever, blah, blah, blah. I
To
would
the
be
gin tonic.
really impressed. I would be really impressed if they noticed.
Maybe
But
Gerrit
yeah.
and I, we should do a music theory nerd video on some of a music
for-
analysis
with, like-
of Lord of the Lost by Lord of the Lost.
With probably 10 views or so.
But for me, what for me is sometimes a bit annoying, but not only annoying, it's more a bit weird sometimes. In the intro of some songs, regarding to starting clapping, when the audience starts to clap, and they're getting faster, and you have your click on your ears, and it's stable, and
They usually go faster. Yeah.
and at some point I'm starting a beat or just hitting a kick drum or something like that, and then I all get them down again. It's just like, oh, that's the tempo. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the same with me. With some songs start out of nothing, just with singing. So there's no piano or guitar before, which I can actually, you know, I need some kind of basic tone
Reference.
to know some reference, yeah, to know how to start singing the melody. So this reference actually comes in our ears because we always work with the metronome click. And then in this metronome click in the back, there's just a sound giving me the first chord or some notes, so I know where to sing. And sometimes if the audience is still clapping from the song before, sometimes it's get overlap because the noise is coming in my microphone and I hear. So sometimes really hard to start on the right note then. But yeah.
So please,
That happens.
next time, the audience should better clap in tune.
Yeah.
Tune.
Or like in China, which was amazing. The song is over, people clap, and as soon as I just open my mouth to breathe in, there's silence. I don't know where it's coming from. Maybe it's like how they learned it in school or something, but it's what was real. Like, okay, they saw I was about to say something, so they stopped clapping and making noise. Like,
Attention.
yeah,
I think
and
it's
it was
very,
and it was just over. It was just over. It was crazy. It was amazing.
they probably had a very strict upbringing to kind of learn respect. If someone wants to speak to them, you just
Maybe,
listen.
but that was like first time being there a couple of years ago. That was really like for us, like the applause. Wow, done.
Nice. Next one. I believe
Who's-
it's my turn, right?
Who's the next? I don't know.
I think it's my
Yeah.
turn. Number 21. Some of the songs. Some of the songs.
Some of the songs.
Some of the songs of
Some
this
of the
volume, as the
songs.
others, seem to have influences from the musical size of the guest stars. So, once again, some of the songs on this volume and the others seem to have influences from the musical style of the guest stars. Was this a thing that was planned?
Sometimes.
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 For Light Can Only Shine in the Darkness, it was. For the song with IMX, it was at some point where we realized this could be. I remember Benji doing the melody for this IMX part. It was like, oh, this could be really great for IMX.
Actually, it was one of the first parts of the song which existed, which was kind of more like a metal breakdown. And then I think you were having like breakfast something, and I was sitting with Yanni in Lost Place,
Yeah.
and he was pushing things around, trying to make it make sense. And in the end, we chucked out all the guitars, drums, everything that was there, just left the melody, and yeah, that became the chorus, which Chris Corner now sings.
Yeah, that kind of sounded IMX-y, if that's a word, and then you go a little further in that direction. And for some, we really did not like Damage with Death Stars. This song sounds a little Death Starsy, if that's a word. But it was never an intention to make it sound like that.
The
So
thing is with a voice of like, especially a very, very distinctive voice, distinct
voice, yeah.
Distinct.
what I'm saying. It usually ties a song together, and it makes the song a part of that band or artist. Same with Chris, your voice, when you sing on a song, it automatically becomes more Lord of the Lost. And with Whiplash, for example, obviously there is the essence of Death Stars there. So I think it suggests the listeners that it is indeed more of a Death Stars song. The things.
Yeah, this reminds me of some songwriting sessions which we had, and we were just working on instrumentals, and maybe it was a song where I wasn't involved in writing the instrumental, and then we met, and everybody showed what they did that day, and then sometimes there was this argument like, oh, that might not be Lord of Lost enough, and I was always like, wait for my voice, it's gonna glue the stuff together. And as soon as I just started to sing some bubblegum English on top of that, even without words, it was like suddenly pulled in this Lord of Lost feeling. And maybe if you listen to our instrumentals, we have many instrumental versions of our records out there to stream. This sounds, without the voice, it sounds more like a compilation. And sometimes the voice of whatever band kind of glues that together, which is always a super interesting thing. And one of the reasons why for my solo album, I deliberately did not use any heavy guitars, because in this 80s kind of feel, putting heavy guitars in plus my voice, it would automatically be so close to Lord of Lost. And I did this to do something different. There's some kind of holiday, you know? And yeah, so you always need to be careful with that, actually.
So if you take away anything from today, Chris's voice is like glue.
Yeah, don't touch it.
Don't sniff it.
Amazing.
Or maybe sniff it. You never know.
No, tried it.
Sniff can you actually sniff a voice? Maybe the
In
breath.
the morning, maybe?
Yeah. Oh,
You
God.
guys figure that out. I need something to drink. I'll be back.
Oh yeah, sniff my voice in the morning. It just sounds so wrong. Whose question is that, actually?
No.
It doesn't
Nick,
only
I
sound
believe.
wrong, it also
No, I think
smells
it's Klaas,
wrong.
or is it me
Also-
again?
No, there
Klaas,
was
No, it's Nick.
no Nick now, because I just squeezed in and I just got cut out. So it was Jared
Okay.
and now Nick.
Look,
I'm
there's a
totally fine
floating
with that.
microphone in Peace in Peace screen. It's
Oh, yeah.
just
Oh,
floating in
yeah.
the air.
It's magic.
I
Screenshot.
go for question number 10. My favorite is the subtly intense closing song, "Dreams Are Never Alone." As a kind of a gateway song to Volume 2, in what ways does it represent the flavor of the next volume? It indeed represents the general flavor of Volume 2, I think, because it's
General flavor.
very general flavor. It's a very deep one, and the whole feeling, the whole flavor of Volume 2 will be let's say it's winterly, and it's one of the reasons why it also comes in winter.
There are also very heavy songs on Opus Noir Volume 2. It's not like that you have 11 songs sounding like Dreams Are Never Alone, but the mood kind of actually it kind of sets the mood for it. I
In
think
Finland, for example, the winter is heavy.
yeah. No, but I think we came up with the word to describe it as winterly when we did the pre-listening sessions at Chameleon Studios. There's maybe one song which is the least winterly, which will actually be the first single, and this is why we still release it in summer. It's actually coming in, in like less than 3 weeks, I think, in early September. The Graveyard featuring 𝐎𝐏𝐕𝐒. This is so summerly that we have to still release it in summer, and it's such a fun song. Yeah, but you're right. It's a good question. It kind of sets the mood for Volume 2.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
he's back. Be careful. Let's talk about something else. Blumenwiese.
Anyway, was macht ihr so Weihnachten?
Ja, friert ihr eigentlich Brot ein?
Liegt
Ich
hier
würde
eigentlich
mal-
Backpapier auf die Oberschränke?
Ja, ich würde mal nach da draußen fragen, für den Chat. Leute, friert ihr Brot ein? Und damit kommen wir auch zur nächsten Frage.
Bin ich auf die
Ähm,
Überleitung gespannt.
ja, ich mache es völlig ohne Überleitung.
What a segue.
Frage 20. Welche Bands, Interpreten sind eurer Einschätzung nach die größten Mitbewerber auf die 1 der Albumcharts? Ich drücke euch jedenfalls ganz fest die Daumen. Das können wir euch sagen. Da geht es gar nicht um Meinung. Das sieht man jetzt schon an den Zahlen. Es gibt Anfang der Woche immer so die sogenannten Sondertrends. Ich gehe da jetzt nicht so richtig doll ins Detail, aber was sehr, sehr weit oben ist und wo wir auch denken, dass es die Eins werden wird, ist der Rapper Reezy. Dann Machine Gun Kelly ist richtig am Start. Baby Metal haben released, um jetzt mal ein bisschen in unserem Genre zu bleiben. Hailstorm haben released. Thomas Anders hat released, um mal ein bisschen in unserem Genre zu bleiben.
In unserem Genre.
Aber ich glaube, also die Eins ganz oben, da schätzen wir mal, wird es wohl Reezy oder Machine Gun Kelly. Die Eins werden wir ziemlich sicher nicht schaffen, aber wir könnten noch um die 2 kämpfen. Das heißt, wenn ihr da draußen meint, ihr müsst noch eine der teuren Editions kaufen, haut rein und streamt. Aber man kommt halt gegen die Streaming-Gewalt halt zum Teil von den großen Rappern nicht an. Das ist halt ein Genre, wo weniger CDs am Start sind, da wird halt millionenfach gestreamt. Ja, so sieht's aus.
P-Boy.
Ich weiß jetzt nicht, welche Frage ihr vorhin hattet, deswegen.
Weiß ich auch gerade nicht.
Habe ich auch vergessen.
Egal,
Wenn ihr
mach
Bescheid
einfach.
sagen, wenn es die gleiche ist.
Okay. Okay. Despite collaborating with different, it's number 5.
Mambo Number
Hatten
5.
wir noch nicht.
Despite collaborating with different directors for the music videos, I can appreciate a connecting thread, perhaps the aesthetics or the color palette. Is there really a specific concept or objective behind the videos we have seen and will see within the Opus Noir universe? So is there an ongoing thread?
I'd say there's an ongoing feeling, but there's not just one thread, no. At least not for me. Do any of you guys feel different?
No.
Reoccurring things here and there, yes.
But not like purposely having like a theme that has to be in every video. It's just that sometimes there is a common connector.
Like we did in Judas, everything was like kind of connected with the Judas logo, and some videos kind of made sense together. So the ending of the one video is the beginning of the other, and vice versa, like we did with a priest and For They Know Not What They Do. Actually, these two videos go in circles.
Yeah.
And yeah, no.
However, maybe 2 videos, but don't want to give away too much. Oh, so it's
I don't. Can you give me a hint, because I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, I remember.
My Sanctuary.
I remember.
Oh yeah, if we end up doing that, because I just had an amazing different idea about this, how to. We'll talk about that later. We
Okay.
check. So maybe, yeah, maybe, yeah. Pie.
Yai.
No, Benji now. Benjai.
Enjoy.
Enjoy.
Let's see. Oh, this is a question I can actually answer, even though it's not for me. 32. Chris hat vor einiger Zeit, sorry, it's in German. Chris hat vor einiger Zeit in einem Interview erwähnt, dass er den Obertongesang übt bzw. erlernt. Ist diese Technik auf Opus Noir zum Einsatz gekommen und gegebenenfalls bei welchem Song? Stimmt es, dass diese Technik für die Stimmbänder gefährlich sein kann? Also, Chris hat nicht Obertongesang auf dem Album verwendet. Zumindest wäre mir das eine sehr neue Information. Meines Wissens nach ist Obertongesang nicht für die Stimmbänder gefährlich, weil du letzten Endes die Stimmbänder selber erstmal verwendest, wie beim normalen Singen auch, nur aufgrund der Formung des Mundes Resonanzen im Kopfbereich erzeugst, die quasi diese Obertöne hervorheben. Und wenn man das bewusst kombiniert, dann kann man quasi die Obertöne als einzelne Töne formen und mit dem Grundton, den man eigentlich quasi mit den Stimmbändern erzeugt, zusammen eine Harmonie erzeugen.
Genau, es ist, ups, sorry. Vielleicht ist das eine Verwechslung mit dem sogenannten Untertongesang, also was man teilweise so von tibetanischen Mönchen oder so kennt, was dann da benutzt man die Stimme tatsächlich ein bisschen aggressiver und da kann man schneller bei heiser werden, aber wie Benji schon sagte, Obertongesang an sich ist genauso gefährlich oder ungefährlich wie normaler Gesang. Ja. Ja, ja.
Ja, ja.
Aber
klar.
wann kommt denn ein LOTL-Album mit Obertongesang, Chris Harms?
Ja, genau, wann kommt denn das?
Ich weiß es nicht. Ich kann das auch tatsächlich nicht besonders gut. Ich verwende Obertongesang tatsächlich nur, um mich so warm zu singen. Ich fahre dann, wenn ich morgens zum Studio fahre für eine Gesangsaufnahme mit mir selbst, dann singe ich gerne auf so einem Ton, immer so vor mich hin und merke dann so langsam, wie ich schaffe, diese verschiedenen Resonanzen abzurufen und diese Töne dann oben drauf zu legen und miteinander zu kombinieren. Und die Obertöne sind nicht besonders laut und ich mache das nicht besonders gut aber es entspannt mich und macht unglaublich viel Spaß. So, also wie Reinhard May schon mal sagte bei einem Konzert, ich pfeife für mein Leben gern. Ich kann es nicht gut, aber es entspannt mich phänomenal.
Das ist wie bei Gerrit und Musik machen.
Ja.
Richtig.
Wieso pfeift er auch, oder? Auf dem letzten Loch.
Aus dem letzten Loch vielleicht.
Ja. Warum sagt man
überhaupt.
eigentlich auf dem letzten Loch pfeifen? Kommt das von der Orgel oder von einer Flöte? Oder von was
Weiß
ganz
nicht,
anderem?
hab ich beides nicht gelernt zu spielen.
Das kommt vielleicht von einer Dampflok.
Ah,
Weißt du, wo einfach kein Druck mehr auf dem Kessel ist und die pfeift aus dem letzten Loch und kommt gerade noch so.
Ich wage jetzt mal zu vermuten, dass es Flöten länger gibt als Dampflöcke. Locken.
Löcke?
Aber Sprichwort vielleicht, ne?
Dampflocken.
Dampflocken.
Das klingt wie ein
Ich einmal zum
österreichisches
Friseur gehen.
Gericht.
Ich hätte gerne einmal Dampflocken, bitte.
Okay, hier kommen nur zweimal Dampflocken.
Die Scheißen.
Die Redewendung hat ihren Ursprung in der Musik. Ein Blasinstrument, wie zum Beispiel eine Flöte, hat mehrere Löcher, die beim Spielen gedrückt oder geöffnet werden. Gedrückt? Naja, ich würde mal sagen geschlossen. Aber egal. KI eben. Um unterschiedliche Töne zu erzeugen. Wenn nur noch das letzte Loch offen ist, kann das Instrument nur noch einen hohen Ton erzeugen und das oft mit Mühe.
Das stimmt übrigens nicht, weil, so wie beim Obertongesang man Obertöne quasi betont, kann man auch bei Blasinstrumenten durch die richtige Menge an Druck beim Blasen, ja, es geht immer noch um
Und
Instrumente,
wie nennt sich das, wenn man das tut? Es ist das sogenannte Überblasen.
Überblasen, stimmt,
Genau.
genau.
Ist auch ein tolles Wort.
Passiert im Besten.
Deswegen haben zum Beispiel auch, ihr kennt das vielleicht von Trompeten, wenn ihr mal gesehen habt, die haben ja nur so 3 Ventile, manche Blechblasinstrumente haben 4. Das reicht ja nicht, um 12 Töne darzustellen, aber durch das Überblasen geht das. Man kann übrigens auch auf Blasinstrumenten Untertöne erzeugen.
Man kann auch auf einer Flasche überblasen.
Ja.
Das ist normal. Und überblasen.
Damit sind wir
ich hab
beim
gar
Thema, was
nichts
wir
gehört.
vorhin hatten. Man hört nichts, weil du den Originalton für Musiker nicht anhast.
Okay.
Also,
Richtig.
Aber
Ich-
lass
ich
ihn
versuch
bitte
das-
aus.
Wir
Aber
versuchen
vielleicht
das
sah
mal
es
synchron
lustig
alle
aus.
mitzumachen.
Ja, vielleicht sah es ja
Aber-
lustig aus.
Ist ja auch egal, ich fand meine Theorie mit der Dampflok geiler.
Genau. Aber wenn die
Richtige
Flöte dich
Antwort von
darum,
Niklas Kahl.
wenn die Flöte dich darum bittet, ob du sie vielleicht überblasen kannst, dann weißt du, es wird quasi schon auf dem letzten Loch gepfiffen und dann muss eine neue Technik her.
Aber kann auch eine Dampflok überblasen?
Beten wurde.
Das weiß ich nicht, aber die Hupe der
Platz der
Dampflok, der kann explodieren.
Was ich aber nicht ganz verstehe, ist, wenn man bei einer Flöte dementsprechend das letzte Loch noch offen lässt, dann dann kann man doch noch 2 Töne blasen, indem man nämlich dann noch das letzte Loch schließt, oder? Also wenn man alle Finger benutzt.
So, stimmt.
Prinzipiell
eigentlich
ja.
genau.
Also wie
Genau.
gesagt, ich hab mich als Kind immer
Aber so ist das,
um die Blockflöte gedrückt, wollte das nie lernen, deswegen weiß ich nicht, ob ich da richtig liege. Aber mein
Das ist sowieso
logischer
völliger
Verstand
Quatsch,
sagt mir,
weil es ging doch gerade darum, dass dann nur noch ein ganz hoher Ton oder irgendwas, aber wenn man alle Löcher bei der Flöte zudrückt, dann hat man ja den tiefsten Ton.
Das ist wahr.
Also, wir können das ja einfach damit abschließen, dass KI hier mal wieder bewiesen hat, wie scheiße sie ist.
Wenn man alle Löcher zumacht, hat man den tiefsten Ton.
Bei einer Flöte,
Nee.
ja,
was?
Ja.
Echt?
klar.
Deswegen habe ich direkt Klavier angefangen zu lernen und habe mich um die Blockflöte rumgeschlawiert.
Es war besser so.
Ja. Aus mir wäre kein guter Flöter geworden.
Das heißt,
Aber es ist eine gute Flöte aus dir geworden.
aber
Ja.
lass uns die Diskussion mit dem letzten Loch bitte nochmal ganz von vorne aufrollen.
Lass dazu einen eigenen Stream machen, bitte.
Ja, genau. Wir machen einen eigenen Stream zum Blasen auf dem letzten Loch oder so ähnlich.
Lord of the Lost erklärt Sprichwörter.
Ja, genau.
Mit KI.
Wer ist dann eigentlich als nächstes dran? Und ach, wir haben hier Tipps auf. Klaas wollte Tipps vorlesen, oder?
Genau, der Tipp beinhaltet allerdings auch eine Frage, was sehr geschickt gemacht wurde, finde ich. Weil wenn ich den Tipp vorlese, sollte ich ja eigentlich auch die Frage vorlesen, oder nicht? Oder wie mal sieht
Ja,
Wie du möchtest.
Okay,
Ja,
dann,
mach doch mal.
Thank you for Sir Suri Windrose for the €5 tip. And the question is as follow. No, is as follows. As following. I don't know.
It's as follows.
Hello,
As
guys.
follows.
Why did you decide shooting Bazaar Bizarre in Mexico? Are we so bizarre? And where do you storage all the gifts? There are two questions. So why did we decide shooting Bazaar Bizarre in Mexico?
Because of the landscape mainly, I think.
And we were in Mexico.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Yeah,
we already shot a video for Thornstar. The Ruins video was shot in Mexico. I think it was near Guadalajara,
Yeah.
if I remember right. And back then we decided to shoot that video because of the great view and the great scenery there. And now, of course, we had the great places like the Island of the Dolls. La Isla de las Muñecas, Muñecas, and this super awesome, what was it? Salt dried
Desert in
lake
Tlaxcala.
ish
Sí
thing
existe.
in Tlaxcala. Sí existe. And yeah. So,
and also we had an infrastructure there because we already had were in contact with video production companies and so on, and which is really which is crucial because if you start from zero, it doesn't really work. So in this case, it was Tilo of Lacrimosa giving us a contact to Sergio and Drax Productions, and but to be fair, it also could have been a different country because it needed to be at the start or at the end, but in this case at the start of some tour somewhere else. Because we always think like when we go somewhere else where might be beautiful places that we do not have here, then let's use the opportunity, go there a couple of days earlier and shoot something. And if we would have had time to maybe shoot something in China for our China tour, we would have gone there earlier and used that chance as well, but we didn't. So maybe if the tour would have started in Brazil, then we might have checked if we could maybe use this opportunity to go there earlier and do something. And we did the same many years ago. Then we shot something in Russia or wherever. But you know, you always need a good place because it doesn't make sense to me to go to, let's say, Mexico and rent a film studio on site. Because a film studio it doesn't matter if it's on the moon or on Earth or wherever. Except for gravity, maybe. But yeah, so yeah. So it was, yeah, all of these choices together, but it's actually trying to use interesting places. We shot so many music videos, so we need new, interesting inspiration.
What was the video that we shot in Russia? I don't recall, actually.
It was Kingdom Come.
Oh yeah, true.
And there was this one studio which looked from on the inside looked like a chapel, which was kind of beautiful.
Right.
And yeah. And I think we shot some other music videos somewhere else also, but man, there's so many. I would need to go through the list now to actually check where we shot what. It's 70 videos or 60 or 80. I don't know. So many. Whose question is it?
By the way, sorry for interrupting. There's the €7.77 tip from Spiteful Tea Leaf that already is saying thank you for everything, even though it's not over yet. And that was in German, but I translated it already in English. Sorry.
Well done, you.
Thank you.
I believe it's my question, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And
which one?
Blimey, I lost it. Hang on a second. I'll be right
Again.
back. Yeah, I keep losing my shit.
Otherwise, there are questions in the chat if you also.
Maybe just let me tell you in between that we just hit 3 million song streams of Opus Noir Volume 1 in total.
Wow.
Ooh.
Found
That's
it.
fun. Yeah.
It is the question number 29. I've always been fascinated by the original heart logo with the cross and the snake, but I've never seen Chris or anyone in the band explain its true symbolism. Now that the simplified logo has been given a key, could you tell the fans about the meaning of the original heart logo and how it evolved towards Opus Noir? Thank you.
Well, how it evolved to Opus Noir is actually just combining our first logo with something new. We just like the symbol of a key because a key always means, yeah, it needs to be there for something, opening some door, and behind a door there can be unexpected things, secrets, good things, bad things. But the original logo, when we started Lord of Lost, what I wanted the good and the bad for what is publicly seen as good and bad. And if I like religious symbols, and if you take the cross and the snake, so you have the cross, which is, mainly used by Christianity and in our society stands for the good thing, like the good religion, and the snake being the seducer, like the devil in some form, going around that cross. So you have this, so it's the bad from that point of view. So you have the good and the bad, the good and the evil in one thing. Then this combined in a heart for love. Yes, it's that boring. It's just about love. And then also you have the L in it for Lord of Lost. So the actual logo is a mixture of an L for Lord of Lost, a heart, and the good and the evil.
And I love the idea that you basically combine good and evil with something that represents love. Like good and evil, they have to coexist. They have to kind of accept or maybe even love each other in order to exist in the first place. Because without the good, there wouldn't be any evil, and vice versa.
Yeah, it's like a yin and yang. And if you look at Lord of Lost history, nearly every album somehow the basic feeling of nearly every work we've done is somehow contrast, and like the field in between these contrasts. The Check Judas or Blood and Glitter, or also Opus Noir. I think in this sense we are kind of repeating ourselves, but it's just such an interesting playing field to not just go in this one direction, to always have this yin and yang and checking what is combining it and where are the differences, and but it's all united in one big system. I think that's just vastly interesting.
Before the next question is asked, I want to squeeze another one in, which is from the chat, because I think it's quite important. The question is, do other streams than Spotify also count? Because I've just switched to Tidal. Yes, all of the DSPs, like all of the streaming and download platform, I believe they count for the charts in the first week, within the first release week. So I think that's quite a good thing to mention here in between.
But they always count, but the first week is the most important.
Exactly, but it's not just Spotify, it's all of those platforms. Tidal, Deezer, I believe. Is that the right name? Apple Music, Amazon.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you stream it. It all counts for the charts. But if we are talking about German charts, it would need to be a stream from Germany. So if you're in England and you're streaming a song, this would count for the English charts. Although we are a German band, I mean, not entirely. Look at Benji. But yeah, just as an example here. So, but yes, of course, it doesn't matter where you stream. Also, YouTube, meanwhile, for a couple of years, it's like a regular stream. Yeah.
Right. Sorry for that. Nick?
No, all good.
Yeah, I take question number 3. Collaborations always represent some kind of challenge due to logistics, agenda, etc. Opus Noir is full of amazing collaborations. Thank you. Were any of them at risk of not happening, or did any of them present a special challenge?
Which question is it? Sorry, which one?
Number 3.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Res. I think there was. Is it a risk to ask for collaborations? I think never.
No, I think
After
what the person
asking.
means is like we asked, but it almost didn't happen after asking, which, for example, was the case with like Can I Shine in the Darkness, as we, I think, mentioned in some of those short reels between Chris and Pi.
Yeah, this was like it wouldn't have happened like the song. I think we wouldn't have put it out if Sharon wouldn't have agreed to sing on it, because there was like the basic idea behind it. But other than that, I would not go into detail, because that's just like an internal info that we don't want to put out, because there are some collaborations which go very easy. You just ask and you meet in the studio, you do it. And some of these things are not that easy for many reasons, may it be the artist or the management or whatever. So I'm talking very generally here about all collaborations of all artists around the world. So some things are more easy, some are less. And this is something I wouldn't want to tell, which was easy and which was not, and why. So but the result is the important thing, and that everybody's happy with the result. And all our collaborations, everybody, us, the other artists, and everyone around it, and the whole logistics that come with it, everybody's happy, and that's the most important thing. Whose question is it?
Yours.
Yours, Chris.
Oh, it's mine.
Oh yeah.
Immer der fragt.
Okay, yeah, maybe we try to, so we have the chance to answer some more, because we will kind of close around 9 p.m. Maybe we try to do some short answers here. I will just take very randomly, like the next one here, it's 14. Are there any songs on Opus Noir that were written for previous albums but didn't make the cut, or any written for the album that weren't used that we might see on future albums? Yes, there are some from older times. For instance, The Sadness and Everything, like the basic of the music was written many years ago. But I don't think that anything we've written so far right now, because it was a 34th song which we threw out, I don't really see it as a lot of lost song in the future as of right now. No. But yeah, we use old stuff sometimes, which does not feel right at that time, and then suddenly it does. Next.
Yeah.
There's also stuff in the chat.
Yeah, that's true. Which songs from Opus Noir would you like to perform with a symphony orchestra? That's easy. I was just talking about that at Bloodstock Open Air, because I really like the idea, and it's just me liking the idea. It's not me thinking that it could be very, very possible in any way, but never say never. If Opus Noir, when Opus Noir is turning, I don't know, 10 or something, I don't know, some kind of anniversary, in its entirety, perform Opus Noir Volume 1, 2, and 3 with all guests and the symphony orchestra.
Reach for the stars, baby.
Hey, come on, dream big.
At Madison Square Garden.
No, I was Royal Albert Hall.
All right, that's also fine. Yeah, can we please have Anna Lapwood on organ then?
Yeah, sure. She's invited already. She already said yes.
Perfect.
My dream.
So far, if I would have to choose one song right now, I think I'd love to see an orchestral, like we do Swan songs, without heavy guitars and stuff, like really acoustic orchestral of Ghosts, and having Tina Guo on the classical solo cello, singing on the cello beside me.
Yeah.
I think I would choose that one for now.
Yeah.
Dan
I think Bizarre could be kind of a challenge to,
Oh, yeah.
to modify it or rearrange it for orchestral performance. Could be fun.
I think it could be done.
Yeah.
Since it's got this dramatic element to it, and it's
It
got
does,
lots of
yeah.
strings in it anyway. Could work.
I'm not saying that it's kind of like impossible or challenge, but I think it could give an interesting twist,
Yes.
so to say. And the whole song is one interesting twist in itself already. So love it.
I'll just take the next question here, 19. I hear that Chris sings in Bizarre Bizarre about a clock, but in which sense is it your time? TikTok die. In which sense is it your time? TikTok die stands. I think the question is, what does it mean with TikTok die? Not having written the lyrics, I can't really say too much to it, but I'm pretty sure we don't mean the platform, the quick content platform. But I don't know. I'd have to give it over to Mr. Lyric Writer of the song. Did that line come from you, Chris, or from Anthony?
I don't remember actually. It was like I know that big parts of the song came from me and Anthony. In this case, was more like the like filling it with more elaborated stuff. What I like about this line is that it can mean two things. It can mean like this is your time to die. It's over. You're done. You're finished. Bye-bye. But it also can mean like this is your time. TikTok die because your clock is ticking. This is your time to live. Use your time wisely. Carpe diem, carpe noctem, whatever. So it can be dangerous. Like this is your time. You die, or use your time. And I won't explain what it might mean to me because it's so much more interesting that you feel it the way you want to feel it. It can be both things.
So it's not about the battery of your watch is dying, right?
Of course, it's like the battery of my Rolex, one of my Rolexes, which I have in my safes in my houses, on my islands, and the
On my
batteries
planets.
of them are dying slowly.
That
TikTok.
I don't have that. I just have 3 Rolexes, not that many.
3 houses on 3 islands, but that's okay.
Yeah, they don't have batteries. They're like old school, you know.
They're Apple Watches, Rolexes.
Oh yeah, you have like this Rolex. Does it exist so you can actually have a Rolex screen on an Apple Watch?
Just load up your own background, right?
It's Apple. You can't load your own background.
Yeah, that's
All right.
true.
Right, yeah.
There's the iPhone user. I mean, okay, just stating as a fact.
Okay, so maybe Klaas, Garrett, Nick, you all choose one question and then we raid to someone and say goodbye.
Right. I believe it's my turn, isn't it? No, class. Sorry.
It's class.
Classes.
My bad.
Actually, there's only one question that I could actually also say something about it. So I just choose it. Wie habt ihr Tina Guo kennengelernt, beziehungsweise wie kam die Zusammenarbeit für Ghost zustande? Und kannte sie euch vor eurer Zusammenarbeit bereits oder wart ihr unbekannt? Ich hatte das Vergnügen, gebucht zu werden, um beim Wacken Festival 24 für Tina Guo zu arbeiten. Wir kannten uns vorher nicht. Das war eher Zufall, ein schöner Zufall, wie ich sagen möchte. Und bei den Proben etc. habe ich festgestellt, dass sie auch Interesse an Kollaborationen hat, wie zum Beispiel dann eben mit Saltatio Mortis zum Beispiel. Und ich weiß nicht, ob ich dann drauf kam und dachte so, wow, okay. Also dann passt sie bei uns auch bestens. So, dann habe ich das weitergegeben und die Jungs waren sehr begeistert davon. Und dann gab es tatsächlich auch einen Song, eben Ghosts, der sehr viel Cello hatte, der eigentlich wie die Faust aufs Auge gepasst hat.
Ja, der hatte kein Cello, aber er passte sehr gut für Cello.
Ich
Genau,
dachte,
ja.
genau, aber dann hatte sie anstelle eines Gitarrensolos, glaube ich, den Cello-Solo bekommen, wenn ich das richtig verstanden habe.
Nee, auch nicht. Der Song,
Okay.
eignet sich einfach gut für Cello. Genau.
Also eignete sich einfach nur sehr gut für Cello.
Genau.
Und ja, der Rest ist Geschichte. Und sie kannte uns vorher nicht, aber sie war tatsächlich von vornherein sehr begeistert. Sie hat auch richtig Lust,
Sag das nochmal.
mithelfen und so.
Sag lieber, sie war schon seit dem ersten Album riesengroßer Fan von uns.
Ach
Sag
so,
lieber.
ja, sie ist seit
Warte,
15 Jahren ist sie
wir
riesengroßer
spulen das
Fan.
Naja.
kurz zurück. Wir spulen das
Ja.
kurz zurück.
Ja,
Wir
weil
sollten
jeder kennt
vielleicht,
dich, ja, jeder kennt
wir
dich.
sollten vielleicht noch erwähnen, dass wir tatsächlich relativ zeitnah, nachdem du sie bereits kennengelernt hattest, wir alle sie einmal kennenlernen durften. Nämlich auf unserer USA-Tour. Als wir
In Kanada.
Genau, in Kanada. Als wir
Auf unserer USA-Tour in
zufällig,
Kanada.
als wir zufällig alle zeitgleich in Montreal gespielt haben. Also wir am selben Tag wie Tina Guo mit Hans Zimmer. Und
Toronto.
dann hat es sich, das war in Montreal.
In Montreal
Und
kamen sie zur Show.
genau. Ach so, nee, dann war es in.
Die kam
Nee,
bei
das war die
uns in
gleiche
Montreal
Stadt.
zur Show.
Bloß
Die
wir hatten
kam-
2 verschiedene Tage Show
Nein,
und
das
Off-Day.
waren 2 verschiedene. Also pass auf, wir waren in Montreal. Und
Ja.
dort habe ich zufällig nämlich gesehen, dass Tina Guo in der gleichen Stadt ist wie wir. Und dann hatten wir kurz getickert und jetzt ist ja doof, dass wir beide spielen müssen heute. Weil sonst hätte man sich ja mal kurz treffen können, irgendwie auf einen Kaffee
so.
oder so. Und weil die beiden Venues lagen auch nur irgendwie 500 Meter auseinander. Das war wirklich nicht weit. Und dann habe ich noch so gesagt, wir haben leider auch nach der Show keine Zeit. Wir müssen direkt weiter nach Toronto, weil da spielen wir morgen. Und dann sagte sie, ach, das passt ja witzig, weil also sie fahren auch direkt weiter nach Toronto, aber sie haben den Tag frei und spielen am Tag danach. Und dann war es ihr Vorschlag, dass dass sie uns ja am ersten Tag in Toronto besuchen kann und wir, als wir unseren Day Off in Toronto hatten, dann sie besuchen können mit Hans Zimmer. Und dann hatten wir die große Ehre, erstmal ein Hans Zimmer-Konzert in Toronto besuchen zu dürfen und haben dann hinterher tatsächlich auch noch uns alle miteinander gegenseitig kennengelernt.
Und sie hat aber auch die große Ehre und auch Leute von der Hans Zimmer Band, sag ich, von dem Hans Zimmer Orchester, auch uns zu sehen und kennen.
Auf jeden Fall.
So.
Das war tatsächlich, das fand ich
So.
tatsächlich ziemlich geil, dass dann bei unserer Show nicht nur einfach nur Tina Guo aufgetaucht ist, sondern wirklich
Einfach nur Tina Guo.
ein Teil der Hans Zimmer Band. So, also das
Ja, das
fand
war
ich
schon
schon
cool.
ziemlich krass.
Ja, und Teil des Managements.
Ja, stimmt.
Ja.
Und wir
Und an dem
durften
Abend
bei-
war tatsächlich auch The Birthday Massacre bei uns im Backstage,
Oh,
Stimmt.
genau.
wo auch an dem Abend dann schon so grob darüber gesprochen wurde, dass es ja eigentlich auch ganz geil wäre, mal zusammen auf Tour zu gehen. Was wir jetzt ja machen dann.
Was ja nochmal kurz zu der Hans-Zimmer-Show, wir durften ja nicht einfach nur die Hans-Zimmer-Show sehen, sondern wir haben auch einfach richtig weit vorne richtig gute Plätze gekriegt.
Fünfte
Das war
Reihe oder
so
sowas.
unfassbar gut.
Ja, das war echt krass.
Ja.
Und die Show war auch krass, übrigens.
Alles krass.
Ja, also wenn ich eins
Sehr
niemals
beeindruckend.
vergessen werde, dann erstmal, dass wir alle immer noch, nachdem die Show schon zu Ende war und das Saallicht wieder an, dass wir alle da saßen und einfach nichts sagen konnten.
Mhm.
Und dass Matt, unser amerikanischer Merchandiser, der hat einfach, ich dachte, er ist eingeschlafen während der Show, weil er so völlig in sich zusammengesackt neben mir saß, aber er hat einfach nur geheult.
Der war so
Er hat die Hälfte
aufgelöst.
der Show nur geheult, weil er gar nicht verarbeiten konnte, was da gerade alles passiert. Es geht
Geht das
nicht.
Ja, okay.
Sag
Das
dir,
ist mein
das ist
Sticker hier mein
Ah, ja.
Gästensticker.
Ja. Und Hans Zimmer kommt bald nach Hamburg.
Ja.
Ja, November
Ja.
oder so. Wen haben wir denn noch mit Fragen? Jetzt haben wir noch 2 offen.
Einmal mich, einmal Nick.
Ja, Gerrit und Nick.
Zwei mehr?
2 noch.
Zwei noch? Gar nichts mehr?
I'll pick number 31. What song for the whole trilogy did you write the last? And how did you decide that this particular song should be the last one for the album? I think they're not necessarily the same, like the last one that was written and, turning into the last one on
No,
the album.
I think it was meant like this is going to be the last one for the album. We are not writing anymore. I think that's the question.
Yeah. Okay.
I actually don't remember. It might be Your Love is Colder Than Death. Or something. No, that was earlier. No. Or maybe La Vie est Hell.
Yeah,
No,
that
that one was earlier, I think.
one.
Oh God, I really don't remember. I really don't. I Hate People? No. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Just because sometimes it's not like you go like we write a song.
Square One was quite late.
Yeah, but I started writing that kind of early. I just showed it to you guys kind of late. Square One, I wrote 1 week after Toronto. I remember that.
Oh.
Like the basic of it. I don't remember because sometimes you start a song and you start some, it's a process. Sometimes takes longer, so they overlap. I don't know. Sorry, I don't know.
Nope, I don't know.
Well then,
Nick, last
Nick,
one.
one last question.
One last
could ask
question.
one last question.
Oh.
It's a beautiful question for being the last one, I think, because of the recent happenings. Hi, wisst ihr, wann der Stream vom Mera Luna in die Mediathek von Arte kommt? Was für eine Megashow. Danke dafür. Bitte dafür.
Danke auch.
Und danke fürs Dasein.
Mera Luna, 25 Jahre hier. Wissen wir das schon?
Sagen wir so, es ist ziemlich sicher, dass der Stream in die Mediathek kommt. Das ist noch nicht final entschieden. Wir würden uns gerne erstmal die Aufnahmen anschauen und ansehen, aber jetzt haben wir erstmal Urlaub. Und wenn uns das gefällt und wir dann wie gewohnt nochmal einen neuen Mix davon machen, im Studio, der eben nicht für draußen im Wind auf dem Flugplatz gedacht ist, sondern eben zum Zuhause hören. Das ist ein anderer Mixprozess, der dort gemacht werden muss, damit es auch wirklich geil klingt. Sollte das der Fall sein, dann gehe ich davon aus, dass es Ende September, Anfang Oktober sein wird. Das heißt, wir gehen sehr stark davon aus, dass das kommen wird, aber vielleicht auch nicht alle Songs, schauen wir mal. Aber ich vermute Ende September, Anfang Oktober. Und in diesem Sinne möchte ich mich bedanken bei euch allen und bei NASA und auch euch anderen 5. Thanks to everybody out there. Thanks to NASA. Thanks to the other 5 guys here, the 5 boys. And yeah, it was actually great to have this main interview for Opus Noir with you guys out there and not with someone from the press.
Yeah.
Because your questions are so much more versatile. And this is not a statement against the press, but it's a statement pro you. And yeah, thank you so much. And we're going to raid to a friend of ours. He's called Tank the Tech. He's working as a backliner and stage manager and tour manager for many, many bands. He comes from the US, I think. And he's talking about music and nerdy backstage stuff on his Twitch channel. And we're going to raid him right now. Goodbye.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night. Good Nacht.
Take care.
I'm out.